Good morning, Sundar sir. I think it's 6 a.m. We can get started. Thank you.
Thank you, Bharti ma'am. Thank you for hosting this. All right, good morning, all. Thank you, all masters, for joining, taking time to join. And before I get started, I just want to say from my bottom of my heart, my deepest gratitude to Anil sir and Bharti ma'am for giving me this opportunity. So it's a wonderful idea of having this reiterating the 18 guiding principles. This is one of my favorite subject from the PSSM. So, and today is the day 8, and we went through almost day 7. 7 days are over, and all great masters have given the importance of each and every principle that we went through. So, thanks again for this opportunity. So today the topic is very interesting topic, and it's a very important topic: plant-based diet. So, and it's a very important is the food, what we eat, what you are. That's what Patriji says. So, the food is not just the fuel for the body. Food is the information for the brain and the energy for the soul. That's the high importance of the food. So, Patriji says that tell me what you eat, I'll tell you the state of your mind. So that's the power of the food. So the quality of the food we consume, the quality of the food decides the quality of your meditation and the mind. So it's very important before you consume, we should be very conscious of the food. That I just want to reiterate that the the quality of the food you eat, you take, decides the quality of your meditation and the mind. So and keeping aside the research and the science tells that explains clearly what happens during the slaughter, what happens when animals are killed. They go through an extremely suffering and pain that activates the fight or flight response. They don't know. They that creates a large amounts of cortisol, a stress hormones, a fear hormones. And we think those the stress hormones, the cortisol, everything like disappears after the animal get killed, after the animal dies. No, they will still remain in their bloodstream, they will still remain in the meat. And guess what, when you eat, when you take that food, that meat, and eventually everything will travels into our system, our body. And at that moment we might enjoy the food of the taste, but eventually it triggers the long-term health issues, agitation, anxiety, inflammation, long-term health issues. So we always have to think through how important the food we take, and why the 18 guiding principles are very important, and what is the importance of eating the food. That is the transformation. So that is very important. So the the meat and the non-vegetarian that we eat, the animal go through a lot of cycle of the fearness, the anxiety, and it releases large amount of adrenaline, the cortisol, the stress hormones, and that eventually gets into our system. So we have to really think through that, and we have to share that. Beyond beyond the science, the truth is karma. It creates a lot of negative karma again. So there's a lot of connection here, right? the food itself has a lot of connection. You eat meat, and animals go through a lot of pain and suffering. And when you eat, you are eating the fear. You're simply eating the fear. And again, it creates a negative karma. The reason, oh, because we can say, I did not kill the animal. So what? No. Patriji says that if you're not holding the knife, you are part of the violence. That's as simple as that. If you're not holding the knife, that means you're not part of the violence. You are part of the violence. Even you're eating the animal directly that went through a lot of pain, and even people who serves the food with the meat, who pays the bill, is a part of the violence. And this all comes with an awareness, masters. That's awareness. When it creates a negative karma is again not a punishment. Everybody knows that. It's a lesson to learn. So I came to meditation in 2020 again. We are so blessed that we have living encyclopedia Anil sir in Virginia. So again, after of course I born as a vegetarian, but I used to eat egg. And back in India, I was not eating egg though. But again, after I came to US, I was eating egg. It's all mind. Mind is the cunning, right? So I think we developed the taste, and I started eating the egg. I'll pause here. And again, Patriji had the similar situation. So in 1975, Patriji's brother came from England, and he said to Patriji, "Oh, you're looking so lean. You need to have egg." At that time, Patriji was a bit hesitant to eat the egg. He doesn't want to even get the egg into his mouth. But again, he developed the taste in 3 years. He started liking the egg in 3 years from 75 to 78. And when he got into meditation, he stopped the egg completely. And then he clearly says that, and he again communicated back to his brother saying that when you stop eating meat, he did not. Then he says, my brother is a stupid fellow. He clearly says that. So he doesn't really afraid of the things because of the principles, right? The principles. It reminds me that Swami Vivekananda saying, when it comes to opinions, flow like a river. But when it comes to principles, stand like a rock. How 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 beautiful the saying is. When it comes to opinion, don't be rigid, don't be judgmental. Just flow like a river. But when it comes to the principles, you got to stand like a rock. You got to firm stand. That's it. This is my principle. No exceptions, no negotiations. You got to follow the principles. That's how this power of this 18 guiding principles that everybody has to follow. You got to challenge yourself. You have to have the awareness. You have to have the understanding. How this all comes. Read. And that's how everything the day one from reading the spiritual books, be a silence, and the energy of the meditation, all we went through 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Now we are at the eighth principle. These are really a great enormous of knowledge what we have. That's what I'm connecting back to what Patriji said. Yes, my brother is a stupid fellow. My sister is, she doesn't, does a lot of all artists and everything. He clearly mentioned, I stopped talking to my sister, I stopped talking to my brother because of he got sick into the principles. So now coming back to me, so I got into the meditation 2020, but I was still eating egg after 2 years. Then when I got into this 41-day challenge, I tried of not eating the egg for 41 days. Then after that, very smoothly until today, from past 3 years, I am not eating egg at all. I'm not developing any taste because of I understand what happened. So I stopped eating egg. And again, with lot of awareness, I was used to take the the fish oil tablets. Then again, I did a research. I went through. I got an awareness. I stopped eating. There's a lot of omega found in chia seeds. There's a lot of omega found in the plantation foods. So why do I have to eat? I stopped my omega. I was taking almost like 15 years. I was talking to Anil sir. So what is why do you use for omega fish oil? It is for heart. Oh, okay. So you're doing meditation from well-being with the heart, and you're talking about the omega. So I stopped it. So you have to question yourself, and it is not just like not believing yourself. You have to go through and all the experiences where grandmasters gives a great experiences. And I can tell you one of the example. I was going through a lot of PSSM videos. I stopped hearing the music from almost an year now. When I was doing a long drive, I hear only the PSSM videos while I'm coming back, while I'm going back. So one of the grandmaster example, I just want to name it very clearly. I think Pradeep Masterji. So he travels around the world. Everybody knows that. So he got hit with one of the spiritual leader. Um, so he did not name her. So they went to one restaurant, and again, he's talking about the spiritual leader who talks about the love, the oneness, the consciousness. She's a great spiritual leader. So they went to restaurant and they ordered the food, and she orders a plate of fish. Pradeep said he's shocked. Oh wow, she ordered a plate of fish, and she speaks about all the love, consciousness, and all everything. And he raises a question: how come you ordering the meat? And the response from her, she says, "Oh, I bless the food. Before I eat, I bless the food." Look at how mind is the cunning. Then the immediate his response was, "Oh, is that so? If I kill you and I bless you, is that okay with you?" So that itself tells the being versus the mind. So the mind is this, so much cunning where I believe everybody understood the answer. Mind is cunning, and that is all it connects to the meditation. What happens when you do the meditation? When you do the meditation, you will get an awareness. And what do you mean by the awareness? In a very short, what do you mean by awareness? Awareness is what is the consequences that I have to go through? Is that what awareness? And even though having an awareness, you need to have energies, and that all comes with a meditation. There's an example. I think um, in let's say the in a previous janma, I have a person who was actually he had a meat shop. Let's say an example. He had a meat shop. He was just killing. He prepares the meat. He kills the animals. That was his job. In this Janma, he incarnated as he born in a very big rich family. Okay, but he was eating meat in the last Janma. But he in this Janma, he born as in a rich family in a religious family, is a non-meat eater family. Now he went to a party. That same person, he went to a party, and all of a sudden he looks, oh wow, it's a very nice dishes, excellent dishes, chicken. He will have that, still that cravings. Those are called the sanskaras, the traces, the impressions. And then he wants to have that craving, he will start eating those. If in this Janma, if he is a meditator and he has an awareness that, oh, if I eat this one, I'll have to learn the lessons again. So even though if you have the awareness of that, I should not be doing this, you need to have enough energies to sustain that. I know this is very bad to eat. I don't want to eat. Yes, I know that I have the awareness. But if you have the awareness, you need to have the enough energies. Those energies we can develop if you do the meditation along with awareness plus the energies. So that the same, so the butcher who was a meat developer in the last Janma, then he born in a religious family, in non meat family, but still he has the traces, he has those impressions, but still he crave for those food. But when he does the meditation in this Janma, and with the enormous energy, he said, no, this is not for me. I'm not eating this now. I made my principles. That's pretty much it. So this all goes hand in hand in hand. So these all have like example. Even in the vegetarian, we call as a garlic is one of the substance. Garlic is created by dark forces. It induces fear, calcifies pineal and pituitary glands, a direct hit to your hormones that induces the fear, and it acts like a spy. So these all is the awareness, and that's how is everyone. I really urge and request everyone has to go through these 18 guiding principles and do a research. Don't believe, do a research on everything. So that's where even in Bhagavad Gita, I would say in the chapter 17, verse 8, plantation food, Lord Krishna says clearly, sattvic food. You have to consume the sattvic food where it creates a happiness, joy, and it all when you want to evolve your soul, this all goes to a soul evolution. When you eat sattvic food, you will see the difference. I have experienced the difference when I eat the garlic versus non-garlic. I was eating garlic, but I can see the difference. It tells me something. Okay, I have done some wrong. When you are serious, that's how it says that if you are serious, sincerity creates a seriousness, and seriousness creates an enlightenment. If you are very serious and if you are tending towards your soul evolution, then you have to really follow through all these 18 guiding principles. No exceptions. Oh, no, I can't. Today I went out somehow. I met with the friends. Oh, okay. Don't eat. Just go stick with your principles. So this all the history of how the food is the key metaphor, how the food really the we got to be really conscious. So we now, just to recap, uh, we have went through what Patriji has mentioned about how what you eat, what you are, and how the animal goes when they go to the slaughter, how it goes through all the pain and suffering. When you eat the consume, we are eating simply a fear. And then we have the history of, like, many examples that we discussed, and history of uh, the karma. It creates a negative karma. Even when you serve the meat, it also creates a negative karma, unfortunately. Sorry to say that. So these are very key important factors. So I'll pause here for any other questions or anything, and we'll kick off the meditation. I know I just took like 15 minutes, but I went ahead 5 minutes over. But this is very important topic. And in most importantly, I'm also still practicing that mindful eating is also important. And that's how actions, I know sometimes our kids still might eat meat. Again, it is not, we don't want to interfere in there, but again, we got to really guide. So we have to first change ourselves. We have to change ourselves, then rest assured. Mother Teresa says that if you clean your doorsteps, rest of the world is fine. So you got to clean your doorsteps first. So you need to be cultivated first. So you have to become enlightened first as a meditators. Then rest of the family will automatically observes that vibrations, that frequency. All right, masters. So let's get into the plantation food. There's a lot of plantation foods, a lot of vegetables. It gives many nutrients which we don't know. So continue your research. Thank you for listening to me all this. Um, I will pause here and I'll just for any 1 minute. If anybody have any questions, yeah, please raise their hands. Otherwise, we'll kick off our meditation. So thanks again for this opportunity. So please, if anyone wearing the glasses, please remove your glasses. Close your eyes. Clasp your fingers. We will get into deep meditation today. I'll start the music. last 30 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Please close your eyes with your two hands and very gently open your eyes and see your two palms. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Masters. Anyone have any questions or anyone would like to share your experiences or please go ahead. Don't shy.
Thank you, Sundar. Sir. Very good session. Very
Yes,
good
sir.
information. Yeah. High energy for the meditation as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dinesh sir, for sharing.
Thank you so much, Sundar sir. And I just had like one thing to just get your feedback on. You mentioned of what to eat from a food perspective, and also you spoke about how to eat. So, what about when to eat, right? What's your perspective on that?
You mean the timings, Bharti ma'am, you're talking about?
Yeah, yeah. Anything that's good timing to eat, like
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's a very great point you brought into the table. So I started actually, I was not eating the breakfast early morning. So I was looking the ways, and also I created a video of that. So I was looking at ways to be more nutritious breakfast. Even I stopped eating the bread. Very occasionally I eat. So before 8 o'clock is what I recommend everyone to have the breakfast. So very simple breakfast I have, like it's a night oat meals. So it's in a 10 seconds. You have the gluten-free oats that you get in Costco. So just soak the oats and put all your organic yogurt, dump in all the nuts, chia seeds, pinch of honey, pinch of turmeric, pinch of pepper, and just in the morning eat the oats. And again between 1 and 2, I normally take the lunch. I typically the lunch is very uh, try to eat only the fresh food again. Again, I know it's very hard, but always try to eat the fresh. If I go to office and if I don't get my own homemade lunch, I always try to eat salads. I think that's a practice again I have adopted. Like it doesn't mean that every day it is gonna happen, but yeah, between the comes to the time between 12 and 1 would be the very good lunch time, and between 7 and 8 p.m. is that basically now everyone have the great awareness. Some people are eating by 7 o'clock, the dinner is getting done, but at least after 7 o'clock to 7 to 8, that's it. You're gonna stop eating the dinner. So that's the time where you have to eat the dinner between 7 and 8. And if you're hungry, then I can only eat with the fruits. So all our masters say that one thing I learned from the masters is when you are hungry in between, there's always saying, right? It's two meals is uh, one meal a day is a yogi, and 2 meals a day is bogi, and more than 2 meals, 3 meals a day is a rogi. So switch back from 3 meals to 2 meals a day. I think that definitely tremendous results it shows. So, and again, one thing I learned is what when you feel hunger, always drink a water. Is water is not to quench your throat. Water is for your stomach. So at least just have 350 ml of glass of water. So you need to have keep drinking the water. So as we all know that 80% of the body is a water. So if you feel, then even after you drink the water, then you feel still hunger, that means a real hunger. So that's the timings and also tips. And also mindful eating is very important. So if you're eating, only eat. So no watching TVs, nothing, and any watching laptops. So that's those are the tips actually I learned again, all from the PSSM and other sources.
Thank you. Very insightful.
All right, thank you all, masters. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, Bharti ma'am. If no questions, we can adjourn this session today. See you all tomorrow.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. See you all tomorrow.
Thank you all.